Guys, welcome back to another video. But like the title says, guys, what the hell is this title? What to do if you want to travel but you don't have the budget to do so? Let me get my thumbnail real quick. So the first thing that I'm gonna tell you guys, right, a lot of you guys are young, you guys are fresh out of high school like me, you know what I'm saying? You guys have barely money, you have barely life skills and experiences, and you don't have anything. You know, you want to travel the world, but you know you're limited because you don't have the budget, right? You're not rich yet, you're not rich financially, you don't have a multi-millionaire dollar business or whatever, but you still want to travel, you still want to get out there and experience the world, right? Because it's a good thing, right? You want to learn different cultures, you want to change your perspectives on life. I don't know, right, what you guys want to do. But if you're out here with hardly any budget, this is what I recommend to do, right? All right, this is the simple answer. You guys might get mad at me for this, for saying the obvious, but it's called getting one 9-to-5 job. All right, a lot of you guys out here, you guys like travel the world, but you're jobless, right? You don't have a successful business yet. You're not working multiple jobs. You barely have any income to your name. You don't even have $1,000 in your bank account, and you expect to travel the world. Oh, I want to go to Las Vegas. Oh, I want to go to Europe. I want to go to Bangladesh, or I want to go to Bulgaria, or I want to go to California. I want to go cruise in Los Angeles. Oh, I want to go to Hawaii. I want to go to New Zealand. I want to go to Aotearoa, or fucking you want to go to Japan or Philippines or whatever, right? But you don't have the budget to do so because you don't have a job, right? I'm not saying you got to have the best job in the world to go traveling, right? What you guys can do, the technique is you guys can work, right? Because for me, guys, I worked a lot of different bunch of 9-to-5 jobs, and you know, like when I graduated high school in 2020, but I started working in 2019, right, when I was 16, and I was in high school still. But when I was working all these jobs, I was saving money, right? I know a lot of you people are like, oh, money comes and goes, but for me, guys, my technique was I was making money, but I wasn't spending it, right? A lot of you guys are like, oh, when I make money, I'm gonna go eat McDonald's, I want to go out, I want to go to a fucking cruise. But for me, guys, like all I ever did when I was fucking like in high school or 17, 18 years old, all I ever did was I was working. And for 1 year straight, or 2 years straight consistently, I never went out. I never had like your stereotypical fun. I never went clubbing. I never went out like, cruising and buying foods and eating out. I never had a girlfriend back then, so I didn't really spend too much money. Like I was just like, I was simple. Like I was the type, like I live frugal. I live like, what is that word called? Fucking well, sorry guys, I'm saying, sorry for my cursing, but I was limited, right? I made sure that I was very limited. My fun was working and making money and going out and training and doing things that is considered boring nowadays, right? In our young generation's eyes. But I never went out, so I was able to save so much money. I remember in 2020, I was working 2 jobs. I was working at landscaping still yet on the weekends. I was working at Taco Bell full time from Monday to Friday, doing double shifts. And I was working there Saturday, Sunday nights, and I was doing side hustles and whatever, right? Door dashing, landscaping, and I was trying to start YouTube. But what I did was I made 2 separate I made 2 separate accounts in my bank, right? I made one checking account and I made one savings account. And what I used to do was I used to make sure that my payment for my landscaping job went into my checking account, and all the paychecks went into my checking account. That was the only money that I spent on bills, on utilities, on traveling, on food, on when me and my boys went out. When I had a girlfriend, I was using that money. And in my Taco Bell money, right, I was putting it in my savings account. And in 1 year from Taco Bell, I saved up to about $25,000 just from working Taco Bell. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just literally 1 year for 2020. I just saved everything in my savings. I didn't touch it. Everything in my checkings, that's the money that I touched, right? So I would recommend for you guys to get maybe 2 to 3 jobs, and make 2 separate accounts, right? Checking and savings. So one job, you go into your checking, and that's the money that you spend, right? And that you try to budget. And another job is just saving, something that you don't touch, right? So that's what I did. That was the technique. I did that for 3 years straight, and I saved up a bunch of money, right? I was just kind of like working multiple jobs, and I was just putting money in different accounts, and I was trying to, this money is the one that I'm going to use to travel. This money is what I'm going to use for bills. This money is the one that I'm not going to touch at all. I'm just going to save it. This money is what I'm going to use to buy new phones so that I can make better content for my YouTube channels and, get, different technologies. So work multiple jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of you guys don't like start humbly from the beginning. You guys say, oh, I want to be richer. I want to do this, but I want to travel the world. I said, bro, fucking work multiple jobs. Not only are you stacking up your money so that you can travel, but you're stacking up your life skills and experiences and skill sets to make you a better version of yourself, right? So that's the first thing to do. Work multiple 9-to-5 jobs and save. I know a lot of you guys like blast your money. Oh, money comes and goes. But like, bro, you know what I'm saying? You guys gotta make sure that you're using your money smartly, right? You gotta be utilizing your money correctly. You know, don't be fucking poor-minded and be like, oh, I'm not gonna spend money at all. I'm gonna be cheap bastard. But I'm saying that if you want to travel and you want to use your money for certain things, even if it's not traveling, even if it's you're trying to save money to buy a new laptop so that you could stream, so you can run your business for your computer, right? Because your phone is ass. I don't know, right? Do it. Save that money and then use that money, right? Use your money correctly. Use your money smart. All right? Another thing that you guys can do when you travel is when you have money a little bit, you guys can go travel with your friends or your girlfriend so that there's other people paying for the, you know, activities and shit. When you travel with your friends, you guys can split the bills. You guys can be, when you guys go out to dinner, you guys can be like, okay, we can go 50-50. We can go ahead and split. We can do whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying use your friends as an advantage point or use your girlfriend, but I'm saying that if you have close people, you guys should travel together so that it's easier. And also you guys can kind of like contribute together and work together to pay for each other's stuff. Like I said, guys, don't be using your boys. Don't be out here, oh, I'm going to use my friend to pay all the stuff and I just going to hide and fucking act stupid in the background and act like I don't see the bill because I like the stuff for free. I'm not saying do that, but I'm saying that, you know, if you got boys and you got your girl or your boyfriend or whatever, make sure that you guys can work together and contribute. You know what I'm saying? Like 50-50. I don't know. Do something like that. Anyways, the next thing that you guys got to do is, what's my next point, guys? Is, you don't have to, the thing is, guys, you guys don't have to travel year round. If you guys are traveling and you're not rich as a person yet financially, and you're not rich as a well-rounded person, you shouldn't be out here traveling the world and acting like, oh, I'm living lavish. Because I see a lot of people on my Instagram, right? Like, I don't usually use my personal Instagram account. I only use it for work-wise, only because I have my videos in my archives saved on it. But sometimes if I'm bored or like I'm about to go to sleep or I'm taking a shit, I scroll on Instagram a little bit and I click on some old friends from before. And every time that I click on their profile, they're out here, I'm in Japan, I'm using my boyfriend's money to go to the Philippines, I'm out here in Las Vegas, I'm out here in Maui, I'm out here going to Tokyo, I'm out here going to China, I'm out here going to Brazil, I'm out here, like, I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? And they're jobless. Like, they're not rich, they don't have a business, they're not working from home, they don't even work a regular 9-to-5 job. They're just using their boyfriends to pay for them. They're like, oh yeah, I'm out here, over here, my boyfriend spoiled me. But these people are out here living like they're rich already, right? And obviously, guys, the sad truth is we're not rich yet, guys. I'm not rich yet. You guys are not rich yet if you guys are watching my videos. So you got to get to the point where you got to understand that you don't have to travel all the time. Traveling is not a priority, right? A lot of you guys say, I got to travel here, I got to get, yeah, okay, but you got to limit your travels, right? Your trips. So I recommend, if you're out here on a budget, you only travel maybe 2 to 3 times a year, so that you have time to get money, right? A lot of you guys are out here, oh, I like travel every month, I like act like a rich, I like act like I'm living lavish, but you're fucking broke. You're not even, like, bro, get your mind straight, right? Make sure that you guys are traveling twice a year. So maybe you guys can travel in January, right? You guys can go, I don't know, you guys go Florida or some shit, I don't know. And then maybe you guys can travel during summer, right? Because people are off. So maybe you can travel in July. You guys can go to Las Vegas. And then maybe you guys want to go ahead and travel one more time at the end of the year, maybe in October, during October, December, I don't know, like during Christmas break or the holidays. You guys can go to New York, or you guys want to travel to a different country in Asia, or you guys want to go somewhere in Europe, right? Or I don't know, like fucking South America. You guys want to travel, right? So just limit your travels 2 to 3 times a year. You don't gotta travel every month, every day. You don't even have to travel in 1 year. You know what I'm saying? Like 1 year, like last year, I didn't travel at all. Like 2024, I don't remember going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I didn't ride an airplane at all in 2024. In 2023, I rode an airplane. I went on, how many trips did I go in 2020? I went on 3 trips. I went to Maui. I went to Seattle. And then I went to, where did I go? Big Island. 3 trips. 2022, I went on, how much trips did I go on? I think 3 or 4 trips. 3 trips, I think. So I went to Big Island. And then I went to Vegas. I went on multiple trips. I went to Vegas, then I went to California, then I went to Arizona, and then I went to Maui. And then, yeah, that was all. And in 2021, I didn't travel at all. I didn't leave the island. I'm from Hawaii, so I didn't leave the island. You know what I'm saying? But this year, I traveled once already. I only traveled once. I went to Maui. My next trip is in July. I'm going to Las Vegas. And then I'm probably going to go to California after. And then probably like Kauai or something. Or I don't know. I don't really know. But my next trip, right, I'm going to Vegas. So stay tuned for that vlog. So limit your travel. Right? A lot of you guys are, oh, I didn't like, shut the hell up, right? And if you guys really want to travel and you're on a budget, you don't have to travel out of state. You guys can do like hotels. That's what me and my girl does all the time. We go to hotels. We have staycations. You know, we rent a car and we just drive around. You guys can go drive with your car, right? Go state to state. You guys can travel in that sense. You guys can travel maybe on a boat. Maybe you guys can travel by just riding a subway or a train, all right? You don't have to fly out, you know what I'm saying? Because it's money. So, last but not least, so guys, I'm going to tell you guys this, all right? Is while you're trying to live on a budget, you got to figure out ways to get rich and make more money so that you can travel without having to be on a budget. All right, so the deep-rooted issue and the deep-rooted solution is, if you don't want to be living on a paycheck and you know, budgeting every time, and you don't want to be restricted to traveling 2 to 3 times a year, get rich and make as much money as you can. Figure out ways while you're working your jobs. Figure out ways. How can I make more money? What can I do to make more money? Should I get promoted to this company? Should I try and start a business? Should I try and start a food truck? Should I try and start a cookie company or cookie business? Should I try and make a sticker business and sell that? Should I start making YouTube content? Should I start posting on TikTok and post my everyday life? Should I try and start an online store, an e-commerce business? Should I start using my skill sets and start doing freelancing jobs? Should I start a landscaping business because I'm good at landscaping? You guys got to think outside the box and figure out ways that you can become rich as a person, or rich financially, and make more money, right? If you want to travel the world, you want to travel more than 2 to 3 times a year, or even 1 time a year, you need to make more money. So in the meantime, you guys got to be sitting down while you're working or on the toilet. You got to be figuring out ways how you're going to make more money. What are your plans to get more money, more income, to get more rich, right? And to quit your 9-to-5 jobs. So this is the deep-rooted solution, guys, right? The problem is you guys don't have enough money because you're working all these 9-to-5 jobs. You don't have time to travel because you're working a 9-to-5 job. You're not running a business. So the solution is you guys got to sit down and you got to figure out skill sets and ways that you can make more money in your life so you can travel the world. So I'm going to end off the video in that sense, right? If you guys watch my videos and you guys are subscribed to me, I expect you guys to always be focusing on being a better version of yourself. All right, in every realm possible: physical, mental, spiritual, your life skills and experiences, your finances, your businesses, your relationships with God and your family members, your loved ones, your people, right? I expect you guys to be well-rounded in every component possible in that sense. I'm not saying you got to be 100% well-rounded, but you got to be making sure that you guys are focusing on it, right? You guys are trying to level up and progress. So if you guys are watching my videos, I expect you guys to be well-rounded in every aspect of your life, right? So that's why I always try to implement in my videos that not only am I giving you guys temporary solutions, but I'm trying to give you guys long-term solutions, right? So this is one of the long-term solutions. You guys got to figure out more ways to make more money, right? If you want to travel, if you want to do certain things. So that's what you guys got to do. You know what I'm saying? And it's not going to happen quick, guys. It's not going to be instant. Oh, my pen is ass. But it's not going to be instant. It's going to take a little bit slow, right? It's going to be progress. You got to do it like slowly, one step at a time. It's going to take progress, right? It's not going to be quick. So you guys just got to make sure that you guys are working hard no matter what it is, and being consistent and trying to be innovative and trying to be resilient in whatever that you do, right? So anyways, guys, I see you guys for another video. Let's go.